The Last Chime of the Moonlit Tower. Long ago, where rivers met the mountains, there stood a small town called Silverbell. At the very center of the town rose an ancient clock tower. But this was no ordinary tower. It chimed only on nights when the moon was full. And each time it rang, something wonderful happened. A dried well would fill with water. Lost friends would find one another. Old arguments would quietly dissolve. No one knew who rang the bell, yet everyone believed in it. Chapter 1. The Boy Who Could Not Lie. In Silverbell lived a boy named Leanne. Leanne had a peculiar flaw. He could not lie. Not because he was perfectly noble, but because whenever he tried to tell a lie, the tower would make a faint, delicate sound. Ding. The first time it happened, he was 5. He had stolen a honey cake from the kitchen and tried to deny it. Ding! The soft chime drifted through the window. His mother raised an eyebrow. Leanne turned red as sunset. From that day on, he learned something. Truth had a sound. The other children sometimes teased him for being too honest, but Leanne secretly felt that the bell was reminding him, truth shines. Chapter 2. The Silent Full Moon. One autumn night, the full moon rose bright and round. The townspeople stopped their work and waited for the familiar chime. Moonlight silvered the rooftops. The wind passed gently through the streets, but the tower remained silent. A minute passed, then 2. Whispers spread. Is it broken? Has the magic left us? That night, unease crept into every home. In the days that followed, strange things began to happen. The well water lowered. The river shrank at its edges. Neighbors who had once reconciled began arguing again. It felt as though something invisible had loosened its hold. Chapter 3. The Secret Inside the Tower. Leanne decided to climb the tower. No one ever entered it. The wooden door groaned as he pushed it open. Dust shimmered in beams of light. The spiral staircase seemed endless. At the top, he found the great silver bell, and beside it sat a translucent old man made of moonlight and mist. You have come, the figure said gently. Are you the one who rings the bell? Leanne asked. The old man shook his head. No, the bell rings when the town's heart rings. Leanne frowned. Inside the bell was an inscription. When honesty and kindness remain, the chime will follow. Then why hasn't it rung? Leanne asked. The old man sighed. Because the people began waiting for miracles instead of becoming them. Chapter 4. 3 Choices. To awaken the bell, the old man said, 3 choices must be made. The first, someone who lies must choose truth. Leanne thought of the baker who had been mixing sand into flour to save money. He walked straight into the shop. If you keep doing this, Leanne said quietly, the bell will never ring. The baker's hands trembled. That evening he confessed publicly. Far away, ding, soft, but real. The second choice, someone who has grown cold must offer warmth. At the edge of town lived an elderly woman whom everyone had forgotten. Leanne gathered the village children and helped repair her broken roof. When the final nail was hammered in, ding, clearer this time. The third choice was hardest. Someone afraid to admit fault must speak. The mayor had long ignored the river's blocked channels. Leanne stood in the town square. If we keep waiting for magic, he called out, we will lose it. Silence fell. At last the mayor stepped forward. I was wrong. The next day the entire town worked together to clear the river. As the sun dipped below the hills, the bell rang. Gong, deep, radiant, alive. Chapter 5. The True Miracle. Leanne returned to the tower. The moonlit old man smiled. You understand now. The bell never created miracles, Leanne said slowly. No, the figure replied. It only reminded you where they begin. The old man faded like mist at dawn. From that day forward, the tower did not wait for the full moon. Whenever someone chose honesty over comfort, whenever someone chose kindness over pride, whenever someone chose responsibility over blame, the bell would ring. Not loudly, but clearly. Epilogue, the sound that remains. Years later, Lian became the keeper of the tower. He never touched the bell. He only listened, because he knew. Miracles do not fall from the sky. They rise from the choices people make. And under the steady glow of the moon, the ancient tower still stands, waiting not for magic, but for the courage of human hearts. And somewhere, if you listen closely, you might still hear it. Ding,